Year 10 Trigonometry Exam Practice is question 12. Solve for Q to one decimal place in the diagram below. So the first thing we need to think about is using the information we have and write two equations. So right now I can see that we've got a bottom triangle, so I'll call that triangle 1. And we've got our second triangle. Now each of them we've got three things. We've got two sides and an angle. So we are going to use that to write us two equations. So my first equation is using the opposite and it is using the hypotenuse. So I'm using a sine ratio. So sine 11.55 degrees is equal to opposite, which is P, over hypotenuse, which is Q. Likewise, with my triangle 2, I've got opposite and I've got the adjacent. So I'm using a tan ratio. So that means I've got tan 21.8 degrees is equal to opposite, which is P plus 2 over Q. Now the next thing I can see is that we are wanting to find Q. So if I make P the subject, so in this case here, to make P the subject, I'm just going to get Q onto the other side, and that gives me I times both sides by Q, and I get Q sine 11.55 degrees is equal to P. Likewise with the other side, I times both sides by Q, and that cancels out Q on the right, and I get Q times tan 21.8 degrees is equal to P plus 2. Now I want to be able to get 2 onto the opposite side and P by itself. So I need to take away 2 to both sides. If I take away 2, I am left with P by itself. So now I've got P by itself. That gives me my new equation. So my new equation is going to be Q sine 11.55 degrees. That is equal to P, but also Q tan 21.8 minus 2 is also equal to 2P. So that allows me now to have one big equation. So before we continue, I'm just going to delete all the other working out, just so we've got some space to work. So the next thing that I look at with this question is I need to again get all my Q's onto one side. So because on my right I've got plus Q tan 21.8 degrees, I'm just going to take it away. And that means I am going to get Q sine 11.55 degrees. I am taking a Q tan 21.8 degrees, and that is equaling negative 2 because I took away Q tan 21.8 from both sides. The next step that I want to do is I want to get the Q out the front and factorize it. So that means I am thinking about dividing both by Q, and that leaves me with sine 11.55 degrees minus tan 21.8 degrees is equal to negative 2. So the next step is now I've got Q out in the front. If I divide by sine 11.55, take away tan is 21.8, I will get Q by itself. So that gives me Q is equal to the negative 2 over sine 11.55 take away tan 21.8. Based on this, we just need to supplement it into a calculator, and we find out that our Q is going to be equal to 10.01.